We begin to Brock. Steady. Steady brocking all night long. Cleveland in the rock. Steady. Brock me till the preseason's gone. Yo, everybody. This is Kev laying down the new tracks for you. I got my man S to the Bizzle.
What up, dog? K Nizzle over here.
And we are here to, of course, talk about Brock Osweiler finally getting an attaboy out here.
Right.
You know, outside of that, like, $44 million attaboy. Houston lobbed him for a year's work. Damn, bro, that's crazy. That's still crazy to think about.
I knew the secret, man.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck?
Like, I have had, you know, just as much potential to do something. It's not football. There's got to be somebody out there willing to lob me $44 million on a hope and a prayer.
Right.
Damn. Teach me, Brock. Teach me. But so apparently, the Cleveland Browns have named Brock Osweiler their preseason Week 1 starter. So, of course, we are here to overanalyze and overreact to that announcement. Sean B., what's your knee jerk to this?
I was like, oh, shit. Like,
that is a knee jerk.
Like, for real. That's like when I saw that, I'm like, oh, shit. Brock, dude went from, you know, about to get cut. Like, a fucking second-round pick was more important than he was in the deal.
Yep.
They were probably just going to cut his ass. But then I guess, you know, he was actually very helpful. He's making sure everybody stay hydrated. He was really good at fetching the Gatorade. It's like, well, we keep him around a little bit longer, see how it pans out. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, I guess he, you know, smoothed his own ass on there and did his little Rico Suave, maybe handed out a BJ or two. I don't know. The man, you know, hasn't played the best of football thus far, but
Putting it very lightly.
Yeah, and then he went from about to get his ass booted to third string, and now he is starting preseason. So, and if history tells us anything, the last, I want to say, 12 to 15 years maybe, the quarterback who starts preseason games for Cleveland ends up starting the regular season. So, you know, that's not, I'm not going to say that's what the case here, but history does, you know, show us that usually is the case in Cleveland. So, hey, you never know. But last week, they were talking about DeShone Kizer was looking like the starting QB. So, I don't know, man. It sounds like sounds like they're stuck between a Brock and a hard place out here.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that brings me to another great point. The real reason we're doing this episode, I think, really was just to come up with Brock puns.
Yeah.
Because we spent a decent majority of our afternoon tossing title options back and forth. So we want to share a little bit of our punny wisdom with you guys right now. So we'll softball the first few in there. So what we had, like Brocket Man, Brock Hard, which actually I like it. Brock This Way. Sean B, what you got over there?
The Brock Pot.
The Brock Pot.
Brock Blocked. Brock and Throw.
Brock and Throw. Brock'em Sock'em.
Yeah. Brock the Boat.
Brock It To Me.
Brock Paper Scissors.
Cleveland Brocks.
Brockin' and Rollin'.
Brock in the saddle again. Yeah, so, you know, Brock in a hard place is really the best one because that's kind of the position I feel like the Browns are in, you know? Like, what else are they going to do? They're going to lob up DeShone Kizer out there just to get fed to the Wolves so he can be the next Brady Quinn.
Right.
Like, you know, I'm out here just praying, do not start DeShone Kizer week 1. Don't do that to another one of my Irish QBs, man. Cleveland's out here just ruining the reputation of Notre Dame quarterbacks one at a time. Like, oh, yeah, they're supposed to be good, but then we put all this trash around them, and they couldn't do anything with it.
Right.
What?
I stand by that to this day. We've had this conversation many a time. If Brady Quinn would have went anywhere but Cleveland, he could have probably still been playing in the league. I think he could have been something, dude.
He could have, at the very least, been Chad Pennington or Matt Hasselbeck. Neither of those dudes could throw it further than 8 yards. And they still inked about 10-year NFL careers. And he could have easily been that dude who then transferred into like a Vinny Testaverde role where he just held a clipboard until he was 49. So I agree with you there. And poor Brock. So I wanted to bring something up. What do you think the odds are that this might just be like a trade audition? Because we heard when we were talking about the Dolphins yesterday, we were talking about how there had been rumors that Brock Osweiler, might be a possible option. The Dolphins might be willing to, send over their washing machine and a box of wheat thins up to Cleveland for Brock Osweiler in a 3rd-round pick. Because they have to. That's the thing, is you have to give somebody something of value if you're going to also include Brock Osweiler in your trade.
And they could have maybe got some Cheese Whiz out of it too. Maybe a can of Cheese Whiz for the wheat thins. I'm just saying.
At least get some Nutella and a loaf of French bread.
Right.
And before you knock that, try that. Try that, dog.
Oh, so you got me until you said French.
Dude, you never just toasted up a baguette and slide some Nutella on that, dude?
No, motherfucker.
It's bread, dude. Bread is bread.
Although graham crackers and Nutella. Woo, buddy.
Yeah. A bagel. Nutella on one side, cream cheese on the other side.
Sound pretty good.
Smash it, eat it like a sandwich.
So we do. That's what we do over at BDG. We're fucking innovators, man. All right, that's how we roll. But no, I'm kind of happy for the dude because he has had the shit stick since he's been in the league. Granted, he went to Houston on a hefty deal. Okay, that was a highlight for him. He got paid, but like, dude, when he was in Denver, he had sat behind Peyton Manning. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that wasn't the most pleasant experience. As much as I love Peyton Manning, I feel like he's probably a dick, low key. Like, I'm just saying, like, when to his like backup, I'm sure he's not the most friendliest motherfucker. But who knows? He could be a sweetheart. I don't know. But just outside looking in, I kind of caught that vibe. At least when he was in Denver. Like, I don't think that was the happiest years for Peyton Manning, anyways, because he knew the train was coming to a halt. So I always kind of feel like he looked a lot more irritated most of his time in Denver. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the dude looked pissed off most of the time you saw him in a Denver uniform. Just saying.
I'll give you that. So, but here, my counter is, Texas. That's a tough situation. He got $44 million to deal with it. So I'm not feeling sorry for him for how things worked out in Houston. Where I disagree with you is the Denver situation. Part of this is Peyton is my homeboy. Been a Colts fan all my life, so of course I love that dude, so I'm clearly biased there. But additionally, I would say, like, who better to learn from? Like, don't tell me that Aaron Rodgers didn't learn at least one or two things about being an all-time great from Brett Favre, from sitting behind Brett Favre. So you have Peyton Manning to be your guide, a guy who doesn't have the arm strength that you have, a guy who doesn't have the mobility that you have, yet is one of the all-time greats. So there's clearly some things you can learn from him. And from what I would imagine from Peyton, this is a different scenario than in Indianapolis, where they drafted Andrew Luck and he's like, no, I don't think my career is over. I don't want to be around for this. This is a situation where he knows he's not threatened by Brock Osweiler's never taking his job. We saw that as soon as Peyton could play again, he played again. So he was probably a little better at. And even if whether he wants to help you or not, just being in the same film room as that guy and hearing him talk it through with the coaches, how you can manage to exist in that scenario and not learn something is beyond me. Yeah. And not to mention that Denver offense, it wasn't great. That Denver offense was not great. But again, he had a good teacher. He did enough to warrant a Texans deal. So I feel like he had that opportunity. I feel like that was a blessing, him being behind Peyton. And that's part of what concerns me is, it's not like Ryan Leaf was his quarterback coach. He's had someone great to learn from. And now Hugh Jackson, though, that's what this dude does. He's a quarterback whisperer. So there is that possibility. The question I have for you, Sean B, is, as of right now, who do you think starting week 1 of the regular season for the Browns?
Brock steady.
Brock, do you think you gonna go steady, Brock?
Yeah, I think he'll at least keep a shot until week 2 or 3, and then he may have to sit out. But I think he'll put up a solid showing in preseason, enough to warrant a starting job. If he's got anybody to fear, I'd have to say it's your boy D. Kais, bro. That dude's hungry. That dude's hungry, bro.
Like the woof.
Yeah, dude. And I mean, Kessler, I guess he hasn't looked terrible. I mean, last year, dude, when he was thrown in the fire, he felt like he did all right for a scrub from USC, dude. Like, I thought he did all right. He looked pretty good in the games I saw him. I was like, oh, dude, he might actually be something. But
that, and you know, clearly Hugh Jackson doesn't agree with us, because I thought, again, all things considered, I didn't think Kessler played too badly either. Maybe enough to actually give him a chance. They went out and got 2 different guys, so they clearly are not set on him. That being said, I don't know that they're willing to rule anything out in Cleveland, because they need a quarterback. They need, like the deserts need the rain. So yeah, he could have a shot out there. I don't know. I'm going to agree with you for now. I think Brock goes out there week 1 as long as he's still a Brown. I will not rule out the possibility that if he does decently in this preseason, that the Browns don't try to move him if somebody else gets hurt. Again, it's just, that's a big old contract, man. And if you can get out from under it and you've got 2 other options, it's the smart decision, so it's probably not the one the Browns will make. But I'd like to give them a chance to see
their decision-making's gotten better these last few years since Moneyball got up in there. Like, dude, they've won, in my opinion, they've won the last 2 drafts. Personally, I think they have won the last 2 fucking drafts, man. Like, this year, they went out, got your Brill. They got your boys Myles Garrett, both in the first round. They got that tight end from Miami, dude. I can't pronounce his name. Njokumaga.
That's it.
That dude's a beast. You know, like, yeah, they're kicking ass these last couple drafts. Like, I'm hoping, you know, they might have struck gold with Kaiser, bro. Like, I mean, I'm hoping what happens, honestly, dude. I hope Brock does good enough. Maybe he could play his contract out, and that gives, you know, Kaiser a few years to just sit and learn. Let Hugh Jackson whisper sweet things in his ear and shit. Get him solid, and go out there and make some noise, man.
It's going to be I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of. You see, what Brock should have done there is seen the linebacker standing at midfield and not try to throw. You know, get what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of his teaching is going to be like, see, now what we want you to do when you're out there is to not screw this up. I don't really know how I feel about this whole Brock thing, man. I want so badly for the Browns to be relevant. And it's not just that I live in Ohio. It's as a lifelong Cubs fan, you know, I always pull for those teams that appear to be cursed. And the Browns, ask anybody who's a Browns fan in the 80s, you know, say John Elway in Cleveland out loud and see what happens. I feel for them, man, and I don't think Brock is a guy. You know who he kind of reminds me of a little bit?
Who's that?
Our boy Jay and the Cutler that we spent a good 35 minutes rambling about last night.
Yeah.
He kind of reminds me of Jay Cutler, like a poor man's Jay Cutler, and that is a homeless dude. That's what that is.
Hasn't bathed in like 5 months and is steady trying to get a cracker from somebody. It's like, you ain't got no crackers in your car. You ain't got no Cheetos. Like, yeah, that dude is like straight rank. But, yeah. I don't know, man. Cleveland, dude, you never know, man. He might fuck around and find his home in Cleveland. He might be like, oh, this is the system that fits me. Got Corey Coleman I can throw to. And I also got Corey Coleman I can throw to. But it's all right. We'll make it work. So,
and did I mention Corey Coleman in the slot?
But yeah, dude. I don't know. I wish him the best, man. He's a tall, goofy motherfucker, and I like to see tall, goofy motherfuckers be successful.
So another prediction here: let's say you're right, and tall, Brock, and handsome is the quarterback. How many wins do you think he can get this Browns team?
3 to 5.
You didn't have to think about that one long, and I didn't even tell you about this question beforehand. That's my favorite. It was like, no hesitation. 4 more wins. 4 more wins. Oh, man. More touchdowns or interceptions from Brock in the preseason?
Pig City, bitch. Pig City, bitch. Pig City, bitch. Pig City, bitch.
I think he's going to be on that Tavares Jackson tip. Just out
so?
here just slanging him.
I don't know, dude. I think he might pull some voodoo magic on him. Sprinkle a little voodoo dust in Hugh Jackson's coffee. And he might mesmerize them motherfuckers over there, dude. He might mess around and just show out in the preseason. But like I said, he might get to week 3 and they're benching his ass. I can see it going down.
In classic Browns fashion, I anticipate he will have at least one 300-yard game in the preseason and then never hit more than 250 yards in a single regular season game. That's what I think is going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, as far as the Browns go, he would, of course, get all the hype up and then just fail to deliver when crunch time came. And with that in mind, would you, if Brock Osweiler is the starter this year, would you take him as a backup quarterback for your fantasy roster?
Fuck no. No, man. I like to think I'm a better GM than that, dog.
Well, we'd all like to think
That's
that, but
crazy.
Somebody who gets paid to be a GM offered this dude $44 million in a mop bucket.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous.
And a pat on the butt, like, go out there and get him, sport.
Put me in, coach.
Ready to play.
I ain't played in days. Okay.
Put me in, coach.
He's like, but dude, I'm 6'8". Like, that's got to count for something around
Right.
here. Like, one of these motherfuckers is taller than me, and you play all of them, coach. You play all of them. I'm the biggest dude out here.
I could have been a basketball player, but I chose this sport. I had the love.
You know how much money I could be making in Morocco right now? Just playing, like, Division 6 quality basketball? They'd be out there, Brock Osweiler. I don't even know how to say my name, but shit. But then again, he's got that $44 million in the bank.
Yeah, true. Dude's got some paper. I mean, he could. This could be his last season in NFL and still be sitting pretty for a while. He might fuck around and become a football analyst or something.
If he's smart, but I have a feeling he'll, like, accidentally pay the wrong investors and stuff. You know what I mean? I feel like he'll be sending checks out to people he doesn't owe money to. You know, his reading recognition skills aren't the best.
This is true.
Be out there.
Kev has a solid point, y'all. Dude does not know how to read much. So,
well, what you got? Any final thoughts on Brock? I know this was a short one, but we have to get geared up for a Bad Dinner Guest live broadcast here coming up soon on our home network.
Man, fuck that shit, man.
Shouts outs.
Nah, I didn't have much to go on this topic. I just wanted to get one out because I thought it was kind of funny. Like I said, when I read that article earlier, I was like, oh, shit. Brocky, dude, getting it.
It's one less place for Colin Kaepernick. So,
yeah.
Cap Watch Day 2.
Right.
We got into it like 400 days after everybody else, but we're on it.
Right. Sure enough.
Captain
Better
America
late than never.
Coming at you. But honestly, I'm kind of liking where we're sitting because this leaves the opening for my fantasy football team to be Captain America once again. And it'll still piss off the same amount of people. So, because multiple Gorgasms has to go. That dude, no. Frank Gore cannot be on my team again this year. This dude's a scrub. I'm going to change that team name to TLC.
TLC? Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have like a Raider-related name this year, I think. I don't know.
It'd be called Yeast Mode.
Yeast Mode? I actually like it.
Pass the Peppa. Coming in spring 2018.
Yeah, buddy. But yeah, dude, I feel like we've done some damage. We're sitting at about 20 minutes on this piece.
Nice.
So, yeah, y'all, you can find us
in St. Louis, rolling on dubs.
Yeah.
Yes. I always get one in there.
St. Louis. Rain all day.
Man, Brock's got a job. He won't have to sell yay.
Just sit on the bench and drink Gatorade.
Oh.
But yeah. So you can find us at Bad Dinner Guest. At Bad Dinner Guest on Twitter, Facebook.
Instagram.
You can also find our sports page. Kev, what's the Off the Bandwagon handle?
Off the Bandwagon, but the E is a 3 because someone stole my name, dog.
Yeah, fuckers.
We're going to find you.
But yeah, guys, we'll be back with you sometime this week with another sports episode. We'll find something entertaining enough to talk you guys' ear off for a while.
Talking hoops tomorrow. Get at me.
Yeah, that's right. Big three, baby.
Week 7 power rankings.
Big 3, baby.
I guess technically it's a Week 8 power ranking.
Yeah.
See if Trilogy stayed on top.
Right.
I don't know. I haven't watched tonight's games yet.
See my threes company. See how they doing this week.
I can tell
back.
one thing. No, I was just about to say I got one thing I can bet on. That says no, he was suspended. He was suspended for the Kentucky game. So the funny thing, he was suspended for the game that everybody knew he wasn't going to show up for anyway. Like if dude's not making it to Dallas, he's not going out to Kentucky, dude. But but weeks 9 and 10, LA and Vegas, AI will be there. He might be at the casino a mile away, but he'll be in town at least.
Watching him on the TV.
He's in there just like betting. He's like, I got 30 against whoever my team's playing because fuck, we're terrible.
What's up, Bodie?
Andre Owens, though. You see our tweet out there? I'm calling it right now. Andre Owens is going to be the Rod Smart of the big three. He is the big threes. He hate me. He's the dude who is like embracing it. He's like, yeah, nobody here has ever heard of me before. Most people are like, Andre, huh? What? I thought you had to play in the NBA to be in this league. Who's that? So why's my cousin Lucas out there balling? But no, Andre Owens, he's gonna be Mr. Big Three. Wait for it.
That's what's up, dude.
He's gonna need to be
Mr. Big Three. But yeah, all right, dudes, we're out of here.
Peace.